Watching Joss bust tables at Kelly's is such a turn on for Dex that he can't help pulling her in for a smooch. Unfortunately, he then tells her he has to work and can't go to a concert as planned. She is predictably ticked, furious that yet again Sunny's needs have interfered with their plans. "I just wish that my mom hadn't destroyed that flash drive," she says, wishing that instead they turned Sunny over to the feds. Although reluctant to do so, Dex has to leave. Joss later calls Dex to apologize for the way she talked to him. She says he should call her, no matter how late he works, and ends the call with, "I love you." Robert and Diane cross paths at the courthouse and exchange witty remarks. She gets him to admit that he's there to see her. He tells her he bought a new car, which somehow seems to surprise her, despite them having had this conversation at Kelly's several episodes ago. She'd love to go for a ride with him, but she's at the courthouse on Drew's account. Diane explains Carly's hope to prove the judge was biased, and Robert wishes her luck, although he admits it's weird that, given how upstanding Drew it is, the judge threw the book at him. She asks him to put in a good word with the WSB, but he reveals nobody at the Bureau is going to lift a finger to help anyone at my request. There are big changes being made at the WSB, and they won't help Drew because he, Laura, and Curtis managed to foil Victor when the spy group couldn't. As they talk, Diane wonders if perhaps there's a relationship between the WSB and the judge in Drew's case, thus explaining the bias. If she can find it, the payoff could be substantial for Drew. "I just can't imagine anyone challenging you in court," Robert smiles. "Well, you've done it," she responds. "So you know many have tried, many have failed, and everyone lives to regret it." Brooke Lynn sees that Chase still hasn't responded to her SOS text and sighs, but is comforted when Leo comes in and gives her a big ol' hug. Olivia arrives, sends Leo to the kitchen, and then asks what's wrong. BLQ says she totally betrayed her friends. Liv asks what she means, and Tracy, who stands smirking in the corner, says, "I'll explain." They exchange their versions of what happened, with Olivia shocked to hear that Tracy blackmailed her own granddaughter. Tracy swears it was all just business. When Tracy tells Liv to butt out, Ned's wife says it's her house. Cue Tracy declaring, "No, it's Monica's house. Alan's biggest mistake." Brooke Lynn puts Tracy on blast, saying she's disappointed in her. BLQ always thought Tracy put family first, but clearly I was mistaken. When Brooke Lynn exits, Olivia says she's disappointed that Tracy would treat the younger woman that way. Olivia says there's clearly something more going on, and she wishes Ned were there, because he could get through to his mom. But he's not, says Tracy, because they're stuck with Eddie Main, the busker. Ava lets out a huge sigh after taking a sip of a martini. She flashes back to the night she attacked Nicholas to prevent him from taking Avery. Apparently only just now having realized how incriminating it is, she picks up the statue with which she conked him and places it in a cabinet. A moment later, Austin arrives, happy to have been summoned by her. But she didn't call him for a little romance. "All I want from you," she says, "is answers." They discuss Betty and how happy Ava is to have the nasty nanny out of the picture. But Ava's ticked that the boss got the info he was looking for, yet she hasn't gotten Nicholas' body back. Where is it? She demands of Austin. Austin asks what Ava would do with the body if she had it. "I would do what I was originally gonna do and put him in the Pine Barrens, or God rest his soul." Austin suggests there might be a better place to stash the body. Ava doesn't think it would be smart to hide the body on the grounds, and besides, she doesn't even want to remain at Windermere. "The only reason I wanted Dracula's castle was to spite Nicholas," she confesses, adding that the place gives her the creeps. "This place is full of nothing but bad memories." There's a knock at the door, and Mason is on the other side, thanking her for the invitation. "Oh, it wasn't an invitation," she snarls. "It's a demand for payment in full. I want what you promised me." Mason says that the boss has now decided that Ava won't get Nicholas' body until after the situation is resolved. She's gobsmacked. "What the hell do these people want?" she shouts. And Mason says it's all going down tonight. Once he and Mason step outside, Austin says that whatever's going on tonight, I'm out. Boss said. But Mason warns there's still one more thing he has to do. At the Metro Court pool, Alexis catches up with Spencer, saying she wanted to check in with him given that he's basically on his own. Alexis tells him that Esme is, shockingly enough, good at her job. They talk about how awesome Ace is.